Like, where would it be?
Hit play on that.
Oh, I don't know.
You're live.
But where is it? If you're I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here. How frustrating. The internet can see you now. Stream complete. Stream resumed.
There's something wrong
Can
with the
people?
connection.
I don't know. Our internet is weird.
Yeah, okay.
People can see. Okay. Well, technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. We're trying our best here. So, but where? How do I even see it?
We'll figure that out after.
Okay. But people can see me. Right? You can see? Okay. Well, I apologize. I don't even know how any of this now is working because I don't see anything. But we'll just keep talking because apparently we're all here.
Is the audio lag fixed? Can you guys hear us and it's like syncing with our mouths? Audio out of sync still.
I feel like we're having difficulties.
Yeah, see, fine. Okay. No, yeah, better. No, yeah, audio's
Okay.
great. Okay, maybe it's fixed.
You know
All right,
what?
I'm gonna
We're
get
just
out.
gonna say it's fine. Okay.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you. Sorry, guys. So weird. I don't know. You know, it's the internet. But here we are. So I will continue with whatever we were talking about. What were we talking about? We were talking about Joshua and how he's amazing, and I was answering some questions. So let's see what other questions we have coming in. The questions are coming in really, really, really quickly. So I apologize if I don't see your question. If you super chat me, I will see your question. I promise. Those ones pop up with like a bright color and I can see them. The other ones a little bit tricky to see sometimes, but let's see. Will he only eat vegan smoothies? Yes. Right now, this is all that he eats because his body cannot properly metabolize animal proteins, and he doesn't need them. It would be nice if we had a easy formula where I didn't have to wake up every day early and make him a vegan smoothie, but that's what it is right now. So we're making him smoothies that are really like specific to his medical condition. This is not what you would usually do with a piglet. Usually there is piglet formula that works great for these guys. This is just because of his medical condition. Somebody asked, when did you get the pig? Thank you for your super chat. When did I get the pig? Well, we got Joshua when he was 3 days old, and he's now 2 weeks old, so 11 days ago. I really can't believe that he's still hanging in there and doing so well, especially considering his medical challenges and the fact that all of his other siblings passed away. It's really a miracle that he's still here. Okay, let's see. I have some more questions coming in. How old is he? He's 2 weeks old. He's 2 weeks old. He is not like a mini pig, micro pig. People are going, oh my gosh, I didn't know pigs could be that small. He's this small because he's a newborn. Just like how a kitten fits in your hand, the palm of your hand when they're a baby. That doesn't mean that there are cats that are that small, except for newborns. So he's a newborn. He's 2 weeks old. He has grown a lot. I was actually thinking maybe I'll weigh him while we were all hanging out here. So I have his scale just off screen. And let's weigh him. So right now he is 910 grams, which is pretty good. That's pretty awesome. So he's 2 pounds. And he is growing all the time. You can see since we've been hanging out, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, he has eaten about half of his bottle. So that's just since we've been hanging out. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, I have a question from Legacy Black. What's it like to take care of cats all the time? Well, we take care of young neonatal kittens here, and I take care of them, all the time. I do have pet cats, but we mostly do neonates here. I really am specifically focused on working with orphans. So what's it like? Well, it is a lot of work. Every couple hours, you're bottle feeding them and helping them go to the bathroom, and sometimes if there's a medical issue that comes up, you have to address it right away. Some days it's really, really fun and joyful and happy, and then other days it can be really scary and it can feel like, wow, all of a sudden there's an emergency that you have to address right away. But I absolutely love working with little guys, like you too. Okay. Um, did the rescue approach you or did you go to them? Kind of both. I had told the shelter that I'm willing to take neonates other than kittens because, something funny that was said to me recently was, you're not a cat person, you're a neonate person. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I really like working with babies. And it's not just cats that I like working with. I like working with any baby, but it is kittens who tend to need the most help. There are so many kittens in need of help. But I told the shelter, hey, if you guys ever get any weird situations with neonates where you're not sure who to call, you can always ask me. So that was how this happened. They did ask me, but I had kind of given them a heads up that I am willing to try new things, just like I hope people will try kitten fostering if it's new to them. I also, I think that I should also be open to trying new things and trying to save lives that I've never tried to save before. So this is new for me, and it's really, really exciting. Okay, let's see. When will you introduce Joshua to Dollop, Sprinkle, Splash, Dash, and Smidgen? He met Kabu. He did meet Kabu, and she thought he was very strange. The other ones are quite a bit smaller. So him and Kabu are pretty close in size, actually. They're kind of similar size. I would not put him with the others yet because they're still like kind of uneasy on their feet. They're learning. They just turned 4 weeks old yesterday, so they're still figuring out, what life is and how to move around and stuff like that. And Joshua is very, very high energy. I know he doesn't look like it right now because he's just like sitting in a neck pillow nursing on me, but he is high energy. He gets the zoomies. So maybe when they're older, but he does interact with our adult cats. Okay, I have a couple questions. Are you going to keep him? No, we're not going to keep him. He's a foster, just like all of our kittens are fosters. What advice would you give to someone starting out? That's a great question. So if you are interested in rescue, definitely the best thing to do is sign up to volunteer or foster. If you are, interested in getting involved with saving lives, there are so many animals who need you. This time of year especially, it's baby animal season, so it's kitten season. Animal shelters really, really, really need a lot of help. And I don't think people necessarily understand that, like, when a kitten who's a couple weeks old or a couple days old comes into a shelter, they can't just stay at the shelter. Most of the time, shelters aren't there in the middle of the night. They can't do the care overnight. They might not be set up to be able to take care of kittens. So volunteering and fostering is how these animals are saved. So if you're interested in helping kittens, now is the time of year to do that. You can look for your local animal shelter or rescue group and tell them that you'd like to volunteer or sign up as a foster parent. I think starting with moms and babies or weaned kittens is a great place to start because it's a little bit less work for you and you get that good experience, so then you can do the more vulnerable populations like the orphans that you see me working with. But there's so many different populations that need help. You can work with moms and babies, you can work with feral kittens, you can work with weaned kittens, you can work with young neonatal kittens, you could work with piglets, puppies, you could work with seniors. There's so many different populations that need help. How many animals do you look after in a day? Well, right now we have 6 neonatal kittens and 1 piglet and 3 adult cats, and we are going to be getting some more kittens pretty soon. So it can become quite hectic here with all of the animals, but we love it. I never take on more than I can do. So like we're about to leave for a convention. I'm going to be at the Cattsbury Park Cat Convention in New Jersey, which is next weekend. It's a week from today. And Lil Bub will be there. And Andrew will be speaking there. So obviously I'm not going to take on a bunch of other animals right before that. We already have our hands so full. But after we get back, we will be able to take on some more. Will you rescue more pigs in the future? I hope so. I love this. I have become a total piglet person. Like, honestly, look at this face. How can you not love this face? How can you not love this little face with his little tongue sticking out? He's blepping. Yes. You're just so cute. Oh, I got lipstick on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you keep them if no one adopts them? Well, that's not ever the case. Somebody will always adopt them. We do a lot of work to find homes that are suitable for all of the animals that I care for. And same will apply to Joshua. Even though he's a pig, he will find a great home. I'm going to find a home for him where he's not going to be on somebody's dinner plate, where he's going to be loved and cared for just like, you know, any other individual that we would rescue. But we do have 3 of our own cats, yes. And one is Andrew's cat Haroon, and then I have Coco and Eloise. Coco turns 10 like this week, and she's the first kitten that I ever rescued. So yes, I kept the first kitten I ever rescued, and then I kept Eloise, and that's a full house for us. Okay. Somebody's asking, should I rescue for a private or public shelter? That's such a good question. That's a great question. So there are lots of different models of animal shelters. There are shelters which are, municipal public shelters. They're run by the government. Then there are shelters which are like private, nonprofit organizations, and both of them are great to foster for. They both need a lot of help. So it really depends on your local organization and what you would like to do. What I would say is don't be scared to foster for your local municipal animal shelter. They need the help the most often because they are tasked with taking on the highest number of animals. But fostering for a private rescue is also a really, really important thing because they might take on cases that are higher needs or more specific. Really, there's no need for, competition in animal rescue. All of the different organizations need help, and it's about finding a good fit for you. Okay, let's see. I know you guys have so many questions. He keeps nursing my finger, and then I try to see if he wants more food, and he doesn't always want more food. Sometimes he just wants to comfort nurse. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions coming through. It is hard to see all of them. How long do pigs typically live and how big do they get on average? That's a great question. I think that every single breed of pig is different. I can tell you most pigs don't live their whole life that they should get to live because most pigs are killed for meat. The type of pig he is a kune, and they are killed at 1 year old, 1 to 1.5 years old for meat, which they're around 100 to 150 pounds at that point. I am not going to be doing that with him, obviously. I would never, ever dream of rescuing a little baby and then killing him when he's 1 year old. That's crazy. I love these little guys, and I want him to live a full life. I don't know what a full life is for him. It could be many, many years. I also don't know what a full weight is for him. I'm guessing that he'll probably grow to be 150 to 200 pounds, but I honestly don't know. It's hard to find this information out there. And we don't know exactly what kind of pig he is. We think he's a kune. He could be a kune mix. Some people think he's a potbelly, but potbellies don't have the wattle that he has, so he's a mystery pig. I can tell you, I took him to a feed store when I was looking for some food for him, and they were like, wow, what is he? Like, nobody knows what he is because he looks like a potbelly, but he has a wattle, and he's just a special guy. He's my special Joshy boy. He's an interesting fella. Okay, let's see. Okay. So I have a question from Jessica. Thank you for your super chat. The question is, will you ever foster a baby goat? And the answer is, oh my gosh, that's like my dream. My dream is to foster a baby goat. Where are you going, Joshy? I would love to foster a baby goat. I think that goats are just the most wonderful animals ever. They're so, so sweet. You can't be in a bad mood around a baby goat or an adult goat. We are not really set up here to do that. We don't have land. We don't live on a farm. We can do Joshua because he literally is the size of a kitten. But goats are a bit bigger when they're born. So maybe someday we'll do a baby goat. I think once we have like land and have proper space for something like that, we absolutely would. Yeah. Okay. Somebody asked, does it cost a lot to foster? So when you foster through a nonprofit organization or an animal shelter, it doesn't cost you money to foster. They pay for all of your veterinary expenses. They might give you some supplies. So really fostering for an organization doesn't have to cost you anything except time and love and a little bit of space. And that's it. So don't be scared of getting involved in fostering because of money, because I think a lot of people don't realize like the shelter or rescue you foster through will pay for all of your vaccines, your spay-neuter surgery, all of that. Yeah. Oh, Joshua, Joshy Poshy, he's being so, so sweet. You can see we have like all sorts of stuff for him here. Blankies that he loves, his little neck pillow. He just like noses me all day. You just nose me constantly, huh? I do have some exciting stuff to show you guys. Kitten Lady news. Okay, so here are some exciting things. First of all, did you guys know that I wrote a book? I wrote a book for kids. It is called Kitten Lady's Big Book of Little Kittens. This is a display for it that's going to the convention. And you can pre-order it right now at kittenlady.org/books. This book I'm so excited about. It is for kids 4+, but honestly, if you're an adult, you'll love it. If you're 14 years old, you'll love it. Really, anybody would love it. This book is all about, the journey from rescue to adoption for kittens who are in foster care. And it's got beautiful photos in it, like this cover photo of Tidbit. It's got funny little doodles over it. It's just absolutely an adorable book that I hope will inspire compassion towards animals in young kids. So I'm really excited about that. Did anybody pre-order this yet? Tell me in the comments if you did. If you didn't, you can get it at kittenlady.org/books. And then the other book that I wrote is my tiny but mighty book. This is really the biggest project I've ever worked on. This is a 330-page resource that is more geared towards adults and rescuers and people who are kitten curious, people who are interested in getting involved in animal welfare or who already are, who want to learn more. So this book is a guide book, and it has fun stories, beautiful photos, but lots of helpful tips and information about everything from how to take care of kittens who have different illnesses, how to set up your life so that you can foster, how to say goodbye, how to find homes for them, how to take care of yourself while you're doing rescue. So these are my two books I'm so, so excited about. I also have a really cute poster that I just got, which is an advertisement for my kids' book. And if you come to any of my events in the next couple months, you'll get one of these for free. So I will have these at the Catsbury Park Cat Convention. I'll have them at Cat Camp NYC, which is in New York. I'll have them at Pop Cats in Austin, Texas. If you're not sure where my events are, if you just go to kittenlady.org/events, you can find all the events that I'm doing. But I'll be in Texas, I'll be in Virginia, I'll be in Davis, California. I'll be in New York City, Asbury Park, New Jersey. What am I forgetting? There's so many different events coming up. Come here, Joshua. He just went pee on his little pee pad. So if you're wondering where he goes to the bathroom, he actually is like puppy pad trained, which is amazing. I think it's so funny. People think that pigs are dirty, but they're not at all. They're like so clean. They're cleaner than kittens and puppies for sure. Now you're just loose latching. He's not hungry. He just is like, I just want to know that I can have more smoothie. You can always have more smoothie, dude. Okay, what else? I just got the reprint made of my Orphan Kittens booklet. If you guys haven't gotten a copy of this, these are always at my events as well. This is like a 12-page resource all about how to take care of kittens. And this is available to animal shelters. So if you work in an animal shelter, you can get these printed copies for free for use in your foster program. The website is kittenlady.org/booklet. But if you don't work for an animal shelter and you just want a copy for yourself, you can get those on there too, or you can download a free PDF. So just an FYI that all of this is reprinted. We just reprinted it, so just in time for kitten season. If you need an educational booklet for your foster program, you can get these at kittenlady.org/booklet. Okay, Joshua, what are you doing? You're trying to eat all my stuff. You're so silly. So, okay. Well, I'll answer a couple more questions for you guys, and then I'm going to let Joshua kind of calm down and go to sleep. He likes to sleep inside a blanket, so when he's ready to go to bed, I'll usually like lift up the blanket and he goes right in, and then I cover him up. He might go to sleep right now, actually. Are you going to sleep, or are you wanting to come back out? He's like, I'm not sure yet, but I can tell he's definitely getting a little more sleepy. Okay, so I'll answer a couple more questions, and then we're going to let him go to sleep. What inspired you to write the books? Thank you for that question. Well, education is what I do. I love creating educational videos on YouTube. I love giving educational talks. I give like more than 30 workshops a year right now. I travel constantly to teach people how to take care of kittens. But, there's nothing like having a huge resource book that I can give somebody because, writing a little caption or making a 5-minute YouTube video or even doing a 2-hour talk, I can't share everything that I know or that I want to say. So the book is really everything that I know about kittens in one place. Tiny but Mighty, this book, it begins by walking through all of the issues pertaining to kittens and why kittens are dying in such huge rates in animal shelters in the United States. It goes through what we can do about that and really step by step, like inspiring and encouraging people to get involved. And then also lots of cute stories, cute photos, all of that. I was inspired to write the books because really everything I've been doing is leading up to this book. I did the kids book because I have a lot of kids who follow, and I want to make sure that I have something for them too. Tiny but Mighty is definitely a big book for people who are maybe more advanced readers, like an adult. But Big Book of Little Kittens is something that anybody can enjoy. It's a picture book. So even if you don't read yet, your mom can read it to you. It's something for everyone. But I actually love the kids book so much. Like, I like reading it just for myself, and I'm 31. So, but both of the books are available for pre-order at kittenlady.org/books. And if you want to wait until it comes out, I understand, but the pre-order is so, so helpful. As a new author, I can tell you that I'm learning a lot about that world, and the pre-order is so, so important because what happens is all of those pre-orders get filled the same day when the book comes out, and that really helps raise the profile of your book so you can get more media, more people interested in it. It gets more visibility the more orders it has on the day it comes out. So the pre-order is really, really important, and I really hope you guys will consider supporting the books and picking those up on pre-order. Just kittenlady.org/books. Okay, I know you just want to suckle my finger forever. Honestly, I have like raisin fingers because he just like my finger's always in his mouth. He's so silly. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. The comments move so fast, guys. It's really, really hard to read all of them. Is it hard to say goodbye? Thank you for your question. Is it hard to say goodbye? Yeah, of course. I fall in love with all of my babies, and I'm certainly in love with Joshua. I will cry like a baby when he goes to his home. But right now, I'm just thinking about keeping him alive, and whenever he does become old enough and healthy enough to be able to be adopted, that's going to be such a celebration that any tears that I cry are going to be tears of just like absolute happiness. I always say it's kind of like if you watch like a really beautiful movie, like a movie that is so touching and you cry because it's beautiful, not because it's sad, but because it's like, wow, like a journey of life, and that's really what fostering is. It's like a beautiful movie that makes you very emotional, but in a really nice, fulfilling way because at the end of the day, you have saved them and you've reached your goal, and goodbye is the goal of fostering. It is the way that you know that you've achieved what you meant to do, and it's how I get to keep doing this. So yeah, I like saying goodbye even if I am emotional. So we'll take a couple more questions, and then Joshy seems like his energy is slowing down, so we'll let him take a little nap. Somebody asked, will he be able to get surgery for his liver condition? You know what? Right now, that's the question that I have too. He is too squirmy to be able to do a lot on right now. So we haven't been able to do an ultrasound on him because he would actually have to be anesthetized to do an ultrasound. He is too squirmy for an ultrasound. So once he gets bigger, we will anesthetize him so that we can look at what it actually looks like on his liver to see if it is treatable or not. Apparently, a lot of pigs have inoperable liver shunts, but some of them have operable liver shunts. So if he's eligible for surgery, I will do surgery with him. If he's not eligible, then he will live with this condition forever. And if he lives with this condition forever, then it will just mean that he needs a special diet. But the good thing that I learned is this breed of pig, Kuni that we think he is, they are grazers, so they mostly eat grass, and that is a plant material. Obviously, it's not animal protein, so he may be okay and not need that animal protein. Still, any protein is going to be bad for somebody who has liver issues, so he's just gonna either be able to get surgery or he's going to need a home that can really cater to his specific dietary needs. But we got this, we love you, and we are going to make sure that we do everything to ensure you have a good life. Okay, any last questions, guys? Last burning questions for me. Does he behave differently from cats and kittens? Yes, he does. Well, so here's an interesting difference between pigs and cats, is that cats are an altricial species, which means that they are born defenseless. So picture the difference between, have you ever seen a baby horse? When a horse is born, their eyes are open and they come out and they stand up right away and they can walk. When a kitten is born, they have their eyes totally closed, their ears are totally folded, they can't see or hear anything, and they can't walk at all. So that's a difference between two different types of animals, altricial and precocial. Altricial meaning defenseless, And precocial are species that are born a little bit more developed. That is the difference here. He is a precocial species, which means that he was born like kicking and screaming and running around and looking at stuff. And when I met him, I was blown away because I'm so used to, you know, a 3-day-old baby. Usually, if it's a kitten, can't do anything. They're just like a little wiggle worm who can't see, can't hear, can't really move around very well. And when I met him, he was 3 days old, and he was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Joshua. I'm running around, and like I have opinions about everything, and I know how to use a litter box already." And I was like, "What? You're 3 days old?" But he still had his umbilical cord attached. Like he was like fresh and new. So that's a big difference in how they behave. Is just that he behaves like a little man, like he's a little guy, and that's pretty different from kittens. My kittens are 4 weeks old that we have upstairs, and they are like not as behaviorally as advanced as Joshua is. So it's very interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to take just one last question, and I'm going to take a really cute one that I just had, which is from Giselle, and the question is, what does his fur feel like? His fur feels like if you were to shave your head and then let it grow back for a week. It's like this lovely, fuzzy, like buzz cut hair. He feels like he has a buzz cut. He also kind of feels like a kiwi to me, which is cute because he's from New Zealand, so I think he's like he's my little kiwi boy. He's just a delightfully fuzzy little guy, right? You're just delightful. You're delightful. And his nose feels like an eraser. People always ask if his nose is dry or wet, and I say it's just like a lovely little eraser. And when you touch it and when you kiss his nose, it feels good. It just feels right, Joshua. Well, I thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulty earlier. This video will be available later in 2 videos, I think, because of the problem that we had with it cutting out. But I certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with Mr. Joshua here. And we'll say bye-bye. He's going to take a nap now. Okay, you ready for your nap? Here you go. Oh, he says, I'm not going to take a nap yet. That's okay. Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me, and have a great Caturday.